Hey y'all, I'm back again today to show you another one of my favorite recipes. It's stew beef and rice, and I make this in the crock pot, so it takes minimal effort, but it is something that's going to seem like that it took you all day to make, when in reality, it was the crock pot doing all the work, not you. So you start by taking some meat, and I use the pot roast meat, beef chuck roast, anything like this, and you're going to take it and you're going to trim it and cut it up into chunks, maybe 1 inch by 1 inch chunks. Okay, so I have my meat cut up into chunks, and I like to leave a little bit of fat on mine because I do like a little bit of fat on my meat. Some people don't like that. And to let y'all know, this will shrink up a lot. So if you're cooking for a lot of people, make sure you plan ahead and buy a lot of meat, because it'll be like, where did I go? So to this, I'm going to add some beef broth. And with this, I just did some bouillon cubes in water, boiled it on the stove, let it cool off. And then you're going to take seasons, whatever seasons you like. I use salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, meat tenderizer. And then you're going to take your hands, you're going to get dirty, so that's why I wear gloves. And you're going to mix all this together, because I like to make sure the seasoning is very dispersed throughout all the meat. So you're just going to massage it and mix it all together really good. Okay, so when the seasons are all mixed in, I like to take this here, which is liquid smoke, and I use the hickory flavor. Just put just a little bit of that in there. Doesn't take much. Then you just pour it all in your crock pot. And when I get it in my crock pot, I like to mix it again with my hands, just to make sure everything. You can use a spoon, it doesn't matter. I just use my hands so that way I can make sure, all of the meat is covered in the seasonings. And then I'm going to turn that up on high. And I'm going to let this cook for 6 to 8 hours. It takes a while, but it's worth it. Now, this has been cooking for about 4 hours, and I like to go in about every 45 minutes to an hour and just stir it up with a spoon. That way, make sure everything gets cooked evenly. But at this point, I take me a bowl, and I'm going to add my thickener. And I do about a tablespoon of cornstarch, and then about 1/3 of a cup of flour, hot water, mix it up really good so you have like a thick paste, and just pour that in. And we're going to just mix that in really well. And sometimes when you pour this in, you may have a few little clumps in there. But if you do, that's okay. Just stir it all up real good, and those will go away. So we'll be back to check this in just a little while. Okay, y'all, so the meat is done. This is what it looks like. And see, I had it to thicken up a little bit. I don't like it too thick, but you can make it ever how you like. And you see what I mean about how much the meat shrunk down? I mean, that was 2 whole roasts, and there's like hardly nothing in there. And I've got some white rice cooking on the stove. And this is what it looked like when it's all plated up. And if you'd like to, whenever you cook it, you can add in some onions or bell peppers. Add it right on into the meat in the crock pot, and it'll cook right along with it. Or, like tonight, I'm just having a little bit of grilled onions over the top of mine. But this is it, my stew beef and rice made in the crock pot. I hope y'all enjoy it.